it doesn't use Lua. You have to use their own scripting language, but you
Oh,
get
live,
their
so
side
yeah.
pad
I'm
guy.
live? Hi.
Oh.
Well, I think no. I mean, it is a good catting one. I think there's very.
I like
few.
these.
I like anything with
Yeah?
programmable keys.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love my programmable keys.
Yeah, I got something for you.
I'm always too lazy to set them up though. I feel like I feel like I want the preset settings. Like, oh, have this like these settings for your SolidWorks. Like, I don't want to sit there and say what each button does. I'm way too lazy for that. I don't know.
Yeah, usually I end up like I'll get my ass kicked in a game or something like that, and then I'll go set it up.
Then he'll set it up afterwards.
It's
Like,
just
oh, I need my hotkeys to be able to do this
Pretty
thing.
much. That's the most aggravating thing is you're like hitting a button and it's not working.
Look at Christine. She's like in the studio right now. You know.
Zone closed.
Yeah, my director is like, no, don't say that. You can't say that. Stop.
Isn't it looking cool up here? Have you not been up?
I have not been up here for this.
Dude, we made Sylvia had to fluff the carpet, which meant that she had to roll. She had to roll on the entire way.
Dude.
Alright, should we start this teardown?
Yeah, let's start this teardown.
Stop this
Okay.
teardown.
Today we have two Logitech gaming mouses. One is called the MMO Laser Gaming Mouse, massive multiplayer online. Yeah.
Got it.
Oh, and this one is a Proteus Core. It's a tunable gaming mouse. There are 3.6 G, I assume that means gram, weight in there for personalized mass and balance.
Dude, we should make her sell things for sure. It can be yours for $5.99.
Both of these packages are, they're tuned for retail, right? They're these like, you open it up, it's a cool window, there's like a little X-ray picture. We're gonna turn it down to see if it actually matches the X-ray picture.
How do you think they like actually render that?
You turn it, you set this to transparent, right?
And then but they have to add a little bit of color. You think it's photoshopped afterwards?
Probably afterwards.
Probably afterwards, right? It's probably just like a transparent. Yeah. Craig's like, yeah, we do that.
Yeah, this one looks really cool, but like, look at this. They have all these like triangles on it. I don't know if that's like texture in the plastic or they added there to look cool.
Oh, no, there's some texture on the side.
There's some texture?
There's some
Okay, we'll see.
texture on it.
We'll see very soon. Yeah.
Alright.
Pretty awesome. I like all the buttons. Science wins. Yeah, science wins. What's the slogan for this one? There is no
There is no slogan.
Get out of here.
All right, which one should I do first, Christine? Should I do the programmable one or
Programmable one.
Programmable one? Okay.
Christine, you know we have this thing? We've never used it before.
Okay, we're gonna save the cool one for later. All right, so this is a pretty nifty little gift box with magnet in here. So flap, flap. So pretty expensive packaging, really. So you can tell that this thing probably has a lot of margin. This retails for what, Christine? Like $70?
Less than that, I think.
Less than that? Yeah, but this box, man, this is an expensive box. Look at all the printing on here. And like all this empty space. It's made, this is like done this way so you have like good shelf presence, right? It takes up a lot of room on the shelf. The graphic really attracts your eyeball. All the good tricks that packaging designers use. And on the inside, we'll have this triangular like inner structure. Kind of cool. Right. This is, I assume, the
Oh, I like how it was folded. That was kind of cool.
instruction manual. So this is very Apple-like, right? Like Apple loves doing this. I think a little box.
How much do you think that thing costs? Is it all one sheet, the blue?
Hmm?
The
I
blue is all one
think
sheet.
so. This is, wow. Cloth wrapped cord. These are getting very popular, but I find that they fray very easily. I don't personally like this.
I have one in a car.
Yeah, look at this fold. So here's a molded PET tray. Pretty classic packaging material. And this entire, so printed cardboard is not cheap, I gotta say. And this is printed on both sides.
Was it single corrugated?
Hmm?
Yeah, single corrugated.
Yeah. Amazon loves this stuff. Black,
I
printed.
don't know anything about Amazon.
I don't know anything about, oh right, I don't know anything about
Can I plug this into your computer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, there's that nifty,
Yeah.
nifty packaging pattern. If anybody wants this to model their packaging after, you can come to Fix It, pay a visit, and we'll lend it to you. How's the lighting?
It's alright. It's not as good as downstairs, but
So let's get in here. So this thing is supposed to be low friction, right? Look, so it's a lot of very glossy plastic here. So they put all this protective film over it. So when you get it, it's not already all scratched up. So if you look closely, there are these two pads that kind of stand up and they're very smooth. And then if you glide your finger on it, you can actually feel, yeah, they are indeed like lower friction than the rest of the mouse. Even though this is glossy and this is not, this is a lot less friction.
Should be
Pretty cool.
Okay.
So quite a few different materials. Well, really, I should say textures on here.
No,
This
I was
is
trying to
kind of
get
like
this thing to work.
it's not quite soft touch. It's not really quite soft touch. Dave, this is not soft touch. You wouldn't say that's soft touch. That's just like matte plastic satin.
Yeah, but I think it's painted.
You think it's painted?
I think
We'll
it's
see
painted.
about that.
Acetone?
Acetone.
Dude, I'm getting the acetone.
And there's a glossy ring, very, very glossy. It's pretty much mirror. I can see my own face in here. And we have this rubber pad that's textured like a honeycomb pattern over it. So yeah, pretty cool industrial design. I gotta say it's a little wide for me. My hands are small though. Yeah, cloth core, this stuff. Praise like there's no tomorrow. Cool. All right. So where do I begin? So I'm curious whether this is Teflon or not. If it's low friction, the lowest friction plastic I can think of is Teflon, PTFE. So I don't know how I'll be able to tell. Maybe it's time to buy a mass spectrometer.
Did you just want to say you want to buy a mass?
Yeah. Where else? How can you tell that this is Teflon?
Oh my god. Something about engineers. We always want more tools.
More tools.
More tools for no reason.
So I'm peeling this off. It's a very thin sheet. Look at that.
Whoa.
Comes right off. Do you think this is Teflon? Or should buy some Teflon and then you can compare?
You think it's Teflon? Yeah.
If it's not Teflon, what could it be? Like what else is very low friction?
Well, I would imagine there's a lot of like, I don't know, research that goes into this material, like different additives they put in.
Yeah.
Because it's all about the friction across multiple surfaces.
True.
Like I would imagine they probably, there's like a lot of IP actually that goes into this material. So it's probably not straight Teflon because they probably want to try it on different surfaces and how it slides because it's all performance, right?
I'll dig into that and I'll put it in my blog post. TBD.
Here,
what is this
try
mystery material?
Wipe it down.
Wipe down this?
Yeah, I want to
You
see.
want to know right away?
Yeah. No?
Nope.
Molded texture?
Yep. Emerald texture.
Ah, there we
Not
go.
painted. Not painted.
Mystery solved.
Yeah, it's nice, huh?
Did someone get the mold tech book
That
and
is
see
actually-
what the mold tech number is?
No, this is great. Like, this is very chemically resistant material because we put acid on that and nothing happened. Because, like, think about all the sweaty gamer palms, right? On this thing all day long.
I don't know about you, but my hands don't get sweaty when I play because I win all the time.
What do you win, Tetris?
Oh, Counter-Strike. I was in a clan back in the day.
All right, timed. So there are 4 screws underneath these slidey pads, slippery pads. And now we can commence teardown. Fun, fun, fun. You know, while we're on this a see on TV selling thing, I just want to tell everybody the best screwdrivers in the world, we have. So ergonomic. Holds an edge really well.
If you're comparing the two knives, which one is better?
I will, yes. Logitech will say they're for different people, they're for different purposes, different styles of play. I mean, you gotta have one for one type of game, another for another type of game. Is there one more screw somewhere? Come on. Come out wherever you are. Okay, here we go. All right, that comes in hot fairly nicely. Get a shot of this, Megan. How's that? Okay, lighting?
Yeah, it's alright.
Yeah? So here we have a pretty beefy PCB actually. Look at this thing. And so there's the wheel. Fairly interesting. And let's see. So over here you have two buttons, right? It's G8 and G7. G7 and G8. And that really just directly presses down to the push tack switches here. So what we have seen a lot in toys is those keypad switches. So an elastomer switch kind of presses down and then it shorts a bunch of copper traces. So that's like a really soft feeling switch. And these tack switches are they're very clicky. If you want something to have like a very distinct click feel, like these are the kind of switches you use. And here they're not really worried about height. And these kind of tack switches, as opposed to dome switches, take up quite a bit more of height, but they're a lot cheaper. All right, now we can continue. We can see exactly where the gaming mouse, the cord comes in, and there's this little choke right here. This feature is a strain relief. That means when you pull on the cord, you're not just gonna kind of put a lot of stress on the cord itself, right? There's this little feature, the strain relief, to kind of help take that load. Yeah. In most corded things, like you will find a feature kind of like this. So that kind of just, this cord just gets it kind of sits in all these places. You can see though, kind of a little hole here where I'm sticking my screwdriver through. So they did that exactly to create this wire routing feature without having to use a slider. And there's like really nowhere to put a slider in. So they had to open up the bottom and then do it as kind of a pull in this direction. It's pretty clever. It's a good way to reduce costs. And now I can just take this entire cable off. Well, I hope I can take this off without tearing it apart. I hope I can put this back together so I can use it later. Yeah. All right. So the cable just comes off in one clean piece like that. So this thing is probably outsourced, made in another factory, right? Cable factories are like very specialized places. And you wouldn't really want to solder like 5 of these cables. So you just put a connector on the end and then assemble it. So pretty cool. I guess if your cable breaks, you can just order another one, tear this apart, and then replace it. That's pretty nice, right? Here, so the two pieces, the front, two halves now are connected by this ribbon cable here, this flat ribbon cable. These are, so you take the connector off, there's a little flap, just raise it, and then it comes straight off. So there are 2 PCBs in this mouse. This is the main PCBA, and this is the PCBA where all the keys are. We'll start with this one. So,
is it on time for you?
Interesting. So there are all these 3 switches. These kind of tack switches I haven't really seen before, but they're very clicky. They're very nice. And that is what goes right underneath here, here, and here. These 3 buttons. These are the ones making that happen. They're made by Omron. Omron is a pretty famous switch manufacturer. They're big. Can I take this PCB out? Let's see. Oh, there's got to be another screw somewhere. What am I missing? Ah, it's interesting. So the PCB is actually not held in by screws. They're held in by a bunch of snaps right here, snap tabs. So really just reduces quite a few more fasteners there. It's very nice. Good design. The question is, can I actually get this out? Great design, only if.
Do you need more light?
I'm okay, thanks. Okay. Maybe I should bring this off first. Wow, yeah. So this click wheel really just comes off in one piece. There's a round kind of feature here that snaps into these two snaps. Wow, I just said snaps like so many times in one sentence. And then you can see really how the click wheel works. Do you see all these little slots in here? So how this really works is it's an encoder. It's a rotary encoder. We saw this on one of the Nintendo joystick controllers where, so essentially how this works is that there's an LED here and there's a receiver and a light shines through the two of them. And as this rotates, it kind of just counts like how many slots have gone by. And that's how it knows how far to go. And this thing actually also, so this thing actually clicks, right? This whole thing is mounted onto here and clicks down. And that's their tag switch. You can click on this as well as these 4 buttons up here. This thing just has so many buttons. Look at the thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 plus 12. 17. Yeah, this is a neat little mechanism. We're going to make a GIF of that one. I love this. All right, continue tearing down the pieces.
It's a really nice spring.
Yeah.
Very fragile.
Very well done. Okay, almost there. Wow, that single PCB, it just comes out so cleanly. It's really nice. Over here, we have kind of the light guide for like the laser piece, right? It's a laser mouse. And then this is very interesting. You can see this is a module. This PCBA is completely different from the rest of them. So they probably buy this part from somebody, make this thing, and then just really, this is almost like there are holes in here and pins on this PCBA and just like really snap it in and apply the solder. And the logo is, there's like an A on it. We can look up whose logo that belongs to.
Yeah.
For some OEM. So it's really, all components are pretty much on one side of this. It's really just a lot of tag switches. So these ones you can buy on DigiKey very easily. I prototype with them. They're great. And this is kind of a FPC Molex connector. Awesome. Branded Logitech. And kind of looking at this piece, right? This injection molded piece. Over here, this is pat printed on. On the side, this is, it feels really a lot softer than the other ones. It's probably not the same kind of plastic. Co-mold? Yeah, it's probably a co-mold. So this is an additional piece that goes onto here. And looking at this, like if I were to analyze this mold, would this be able to come off mostly in one direction? No, not really. We have slides, but they've managed to eliminate a lot of slides by having the holes different volumes.
Mechanical parts, and then reverse engineering how it's made.
And now I can
really?
probably take off this piece where the keypads are. I wonder if the switches, these feel a lot softer, so I'm gonna guess they're not the same kind of tag switches as on the main board.
No.
So I think this is the weight. This is like pure weight. My nifty Weeha screwdrivers, my favorite.
What's it
So
called?
this is a complicated injection mold.
It is a complicated injection mold, but they've done a lot of clever things to like avoid sliders. This is a Weeha. It's my favorite screwdriver.
What's so great about it?
So this part rotates. So you hold it in your hand and you just like move this part. It's good for fast unskilling.
Oh, so these are the weights that count.
So here's a weight. This is just, it's just a piece of steel. Yeah. What's up? I don't know. Who knows if this is like, this is coated in something, right? So who knows if this is actually steel, some really cheap.
Hi, nice to meet you. I came from Brooklyn.
No.
Wait.
Yeah, so he would have just.
So this
been-
is, this top thing is actually 2 pieces. I can tear this down further. There's a screw here.
So
I was wondering how they got that PCB in there, but now it all makes sense.
No, it's great.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
1, 2. So the screws are actually black. It's kind of hard for me to see where they are. It's cool that they will go into this kind of detail, right? Like black screws cost just a little bit more than like regular uncoated screws,
Oh, wait,
but
I broke the clicker.
they wanted to kind of make the inside look really nice, all black, fairly high end. Respect.
Cool.
The reason it broke was because the clicker for the right side was stuck.
Bad mechanical design, you know?
I think it was
Just overused or something.
maybe, or like I spilled liquid.
Yeah.
Stopping up on something.
Yeah.
Cool.
Let's see what else do we got around here.
You can tear down what?
That was actually my first teardown.
Did you post it or anything?
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
I like building more than tearing
That was probably a good quality.
down.
You gotta tear down if you're gonna build on there. Hey, what's that?
So material, let's see, ABS.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They all have stamps on it, so
So,
like, they're like.
Yeah, this is a really nice.
On here, it's
piece.
ABS, and then it's like the recycle number.
You would have had to do simulation, like FEA on this, to see, you know, like how much it can bend and all that kind of stuff. It's really nice. This is,
That's the second cabbage.
Is
So
that,
you'll have a mold that'll have
3D or
multiple parts inside of it.
this is injection molded.
It's
Yeah,
coming out
it's,
the second cavity
I
of the
think
first.
it should just be one direction. I don't see any cycles, so it's just really just like this. It's a complicated shape, but really the mold for this is very simple, and you don't see a lot of ribs. And yeah.
Because you'll do like maybe 10,000 units. Let
me see what's underneath here. This is like just some stickers on top.
Comes in as a defect, or you check in the warehouse and it's defective, which batch they come off of.
Why?
You want to check that batch. Right.
Yeah.
Sweet.
You wanna
Very
do
interesting.
anything?
So instead, they made this
What do you
choice
think?
here. So
Something
instead of
rock on it.
pressing
You want
onto
water or beer or
these
soda?
switches like directly
Sorry, not
with this, they
Water.
added
All right, well, I'm gonna beer, but I'll get you
they
water.
added these little white pieces. What kind of material is that? It's probably to prevent sticking, actually, like over time. You know, these ones, this material is a lot harder than ABS itself, this white material. So, and it's very slippery, low friction. So to prevent it from sticking to the switch. Pretty cool. I like it. This is like cool industrial design right here. Look at all these curves.
Yeah, it's
And,
cool.
so now we have, this is probably the most complicated piece in terms of molding. Wow, look at that. So many features. But luckily, they didn't really have to polish it. It's still pretty glossy though. All right, let's see if I can get the side carriage out. Is there still another piece that goes on? Yeah, the side piece is another separate piece. This is crazy. This one little mouse, right, has so many pieces in it. Who knew? Perhaps it's worth whatever we paid for this thing. So the side piece that holds the additional programmable keypad is held on by essentially just snaps, big snaps. Really need to get in here. Oh no, I deformed it. Here, I was trying so hard to not break this thing so I can reuse it. Yeah, come on. Unless there's a screw somewhere that I'm not seeing. Ah! Don't break. No. I'm gonna be just a bit sad if I can't put this back together.
So funny the difference between her and Dave's teardown.
There's like,
Every time, like, just cut it. Yeah.
Just go
Great.
weekend.
he's like, what's on teardown without tearing, right? It's alright, different strokes for different folks.
Yeah.
I have a better tool to do this. No, I just have to go at it with my tiny little screwdriver. Y'all can go home. Tomorrow you'll come back and I'm still working on this. Almost there, so close. Key.
Is this all injection molding?
Yeah, pretty much. Injection molded. This one is, yeah, it's also injection molded, but it kind of comes in two pieces, right? They press the pin through the middle, almost just like Lego, so it's kind of hard to get this thing out. I can try though. Now it's me being ADD. Yeah, not really. They heat stake that in. Yeah, this little spring comes apart, and this thing is like co-molded, so it's they mold the slot pieces first, and then the rubber piece over the top. Come on, almost there. Oh, okay. I didn't break it, I only deformed it a little bit. So now we have kind of the sub-assembly of the keypad piece. Again, I popped the Molex connector here, and the ribbon cable just comes out. So these things are fairly interesting. I prototyped with these things before, and the rating on these ribbons, like the insertion, number of insertions, is like 10 times. Like they're not meant to be reinserted, which makes sense, right? Who will tear this apart except for us? But they're really quite delicate little things. And you can tell they actually put a little piece of sticker, like double-sided foam tape, down to keep it in place, so it wouldn't shift too much during assembly. I'm really just like impressed that they're using so many like black coated screws. It looks nice. I like it. Just makes it look higher class. Yeah. And so far, I think every screw has been the same. I forgot where these came from. Okay. Oh, from here. That's right. They were used to hold this in. So far, every screw except for two have been exactly the same. It's nice, right? One bomb item. Use it everywhere. All these screws are self-tapping as well. Really, you know, if you're not counting on people to like reattach the screws over and over again, like why bother using inserts, threaded inserts? Should just save money on self-tapping screws. Ooh.
There's a lot in this.
Yeah, so this is essentially a keypad switch. Yeah, that's why it feels a lot softer than the previous ones. So if I can take this out, so here's the cool little carriage. And look at this. These are all the same kind of key switches, well, buttons, right? Yeah, that we find on the Nintendo controllers. So this is like conductive. So actually, no, never mind. It's different. These are dome switches. So if you press on them, you can feel the little click, right? And then so these elastomer switches, when you press down on that, that just like activates the dome switches. So the advantage of the dome switch is that they're really low profile. So you can squeeze it into really tight spaces, like over here. Like these buttons are huge, but really the switches take up no room. In your phone, like in the smartphones everyone has today, like they're so thin, they have no room for anything. So dome switches are used everywhere. Like every single button on your phone is a dome switch.
Wow.
And they silk screen the white. It's very nice. I like it. Oh, this is a light guide. That's what it is. Yeah, on the packaging, they say right? I don't know if there's a side. Yeah, they say these things light up 20 programmable buttons, but these are also backlit on LEDs. So what they did here is, so this is a light guide. There are 2 LEDs here. Side firing LEDs. They're so thin. It's crazy. Look how tiny that LED is. Yeah. And this light guide helps distribute light to all of the keys. So these are not in the, like, all the keys would light up on the same color every time. They wouldn't be able to light up different colors. And this is painted white to help reflect the light better. There's the light guide. And then over here we have kind of the rubber switch itself. Well, I really want to reuse this, so I'm not going to destroy this. But you can see that it's actually transparent. So these parts are painted, probably. These are, the buttons themselves are actually transparent plastic. So you can see right through them. Yeah, very, very cool. Or another theory is that maybe they're not painted, they could be cold molded, and then just like they might laser off the very top. Yeah. Acetone? Acetone? Oh, they took it away.
Oh, you want acetone? Do you want me to get it?
Sure, I'm very curious to see if it's painted or what. Yeah, this is a pretty nice little nifty thing to tear down, right? Yes. There's so much EMLs. Look at all these individual modules. I'm a fan. Yeah.
Should we do the second one?
Yeah, I'm almost done here. I'm pretty excited about that one.
It's the winner so far. The winner so far.
I don't know what's the winner so far, but this is pretty cool, right? Like, it's a really cool design. I would love to work on something like this. Yeah. So there's another piece here that's kind of like a cantilever for the 2 buttons. And this part, let's see, are there side pulls? Not really. It's really well designed. Nope, not really any side pulls. Wow, brilliant engineering. You can see that on this side, there's like a straight parting line. On this side, they probably just parted it like along the edge. Yes. The tool for this thing would have been fairly complicated, but I don't really see any sliders, which is really nice. Everyone hates sliders. Oh, yeah. I've had very unfortunate experiences with acetone.
Really?
Yeah. When I was an intern for this company in Toronto, one time I poured acetone into a foam cup. It's like, I was very young. I mean, by very young, I mean I was 19. Like, and then I was like, oh, why is all the acetone on the floor? Like, the cup just like melted. It was so dumb. Can you believe they actually paid me there?
Because they saw your potential.
Right. They felt sorry for me during the recession. Oh no, I don't think this is paint. This is probably cold mold. Actually, nothing is coming off. It's probably cold mold with laser, and then they laser off the top of the buttons. I mean, if it's paint, it's really fucking good paint. Well, LG, you tell us if it's paint. I want to know what it is. Okay, next one. We'll put all this aside. Really cool pieces. Thank you, Megan. All right. Let's see. Next one, the Proteus. So this one, apparently you can shift the center of gravity. There's supposed to be weights in here. So the packaging I mean, it still has this window thing, but I guess I don't like it as much as the other one because inside you have kind of like 2 plastic trays as opposed to like a folded cardboard thing. I mean, it's still recyclable, but I like the paper ones better. Oh, look at this. What is this? Oh, wait.
Wow.
So you install these
That's
yourself,
so
I guess,
cool.
Why?
to like make your mouse like heavier or lighter.
That's just like golf clubs. Like my golf clubs have seats in them.
You play golf, Megan? I learn something new about you every day.
I was the captain of my golf team.
Wow.
That should be like the 2 truth and lie thing that you throw at me.
Yeah, right?
I was like, I was the captain of my golf team. Yeah. I don't really like plastic trays for some reason. I don't like the sound it makes. It doesn't feel as nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is polystyrene. This is PET. Oh, here's a magnet. So this is a magnet that makes the flap like kind of close nicely. I'm gonna keep this for a fridge. Magnets are always useful. Alrighty, mouse time. So the thing is really heavily textured. Look at all this. Like that is all InMold. Holy crap. Well, this is the InMold. This is also InMold, but it's co-molded. This is like rubbery, where this is hard plastic. And here we have the same thing. These like very like smooth and low friction pieces. It feels exactly the same as this and looks the same. So I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say it's the same material. Let's see. Ah! I cut through it. Man, when I put these things back together, they will no longer be low friction, unfortunately. So this is, the styling of this thing is a lot more aggressive, right? It's like really angular, and the other one's more friendly, right?
I think the other one is like more multi-purpose. Like I've seen other people using it for not gaming.
Yeah, this is like, I would say this is like a teenage boy's mouse. Like, look at how
It looks so cool.
It's like very masculine and like, aggressive. oh, this feels like metal. This is nice. Yeah, wow, look at that. I'm gonna go out again on a limb here and say the cord is a very similar setup. We'll see. It's also, it's similar. It's not exactly the same cord. This one, the weave is a bit looser than this one. I think the same kind of screws, actually. I really do love Logitech accessories. They have like something for everybody. But they're Logi now, like Logi. They're no longer Logitech.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they rebranded. It was like a big thing last year.
Picture to show you.
Logi. I wonder why.
Logi.
Logi.
To be more hip, because like everything's 4 letters now. Lyft, Uber. We're gonna have to drop some like vowels. We're gonna have to be like.
Okay. Hopefully buy that. There's a promotion thing.
Come on. Stuck. Hey. Oh, and this thing just opens. Oops. It's magnetic. So this is where you put the weights in. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, and where are the weights? Here. So you put the weights like in here and be like, 3.6G. This is really cool. I mean, I'm gonna use these to calibrate my scale. right? You can like put them around, like put them like this. I don't know, basically like, do you want the end of your mouse to feel heavier? Do you want the front of your mouse to feel heavier? Do you want a balance feel? What do you want?
Serious gamers.
Yeah. I can't even put this thing back together. Whatever. Yeah, very serious gamers. So you see, even this thing is co-molded, and there's a third piece of the slippery material here. Like this is not just painted; it's actually two. It's probably the same material, but two different kinds of resin. It's very cool. I mean, color matching this pat print ink and this plastic must have been quite a bit of work. I hate color matching. All right, keep going. We got. Am I missing a screw somewhere? There's another piece here. I can destroy that one. Oops. Yep, one more screw. Okay, now that should do it. 4 screws came out, just like the last one. Still not coming off. What am I missing? Okay. There's more kind of the slippery material sticker here, but I don't think this is where it would be. What could it be? Why is this one so much harder to open? It's not even like slightly budging. Oh. All right. Don't break, please. Oh. Wow, I just forcefully tore that out. That was really uncool. Okay. All right. So, why was this thing so hard to open? There are these snap kind of features all along the side. So that's different from the other one. Yeah.
This is all.
Yeah, that's the old one, except for these things. Nice, very smart. All right, so I keep going with this one. Right, which side should we do first?
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. Will do. So a lot of screws in here. So this thing, it may look one piece right now, but it really isn't. There's so many screws in here. Okay, actually, I'm gonna put 4 of these in here to kind of accurately represent how many screws came out of what, and then we can make a judgment. So these are the screws that I find inside here. They're not the same as what's on the outside. They've got huge heads. Huge flathead screws. Yeah, so you kind of see the same kind of switches as on the other one, right? It's got 5 of them over here. What else do we got? Oh, there's a magnet here. Again, more magnets. Oh, cool. I see a light guide. A very cool light guide. Let's see, did I get them all? So in here you see kind of the same kind of construction technique, these little white pads underneath the mouse buttons. And my guess is so that if they don't stick to the switches underneath. They're very slippery and quite hard.
Are you taking that off apart too? Like,
What?
does that come apart?
This white thing?
Like that whole piece? All of it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take a picture of it before.
Mm-hmm. So much fun.
Will you just hold it up? Get there. Cool.
Sweet. So, see how many I got here. Is there any more? Okay, I hope not. It's time. This thing is quite a puzzle, I gotta say. Don't even know where to begin. I'm popping things out. Oh, there we go. So, interesting. So this is just how they hold the buttons in, right? This is like a cantilever. Ah, oops, already bent it. It's not meant to move down that far. So they kind of like screw these parts in so this doesn't move, and then you get a nice cantilever action. Here's another one. And so you have something that moves a little, but not so much. Man, it's hard work taking this apart. Just think of how much work you went into designing this thing. Ugh. Ah. See how much harder it is to try not to break things?
Good though.
Why is there interference? Jesus, I don't have the standard operating procedure for taking this thing apart. I hope it was easier for them to assemble this. It's okay, 2 more pieces. And it's inside. I can do this. I can do it. I know I can.
We believe in you.
You do? Thanks. I just hope there's not another piece that I forgot to bring. There we go. That's something.
Ooh. I feel like it looks like Batman's like hands.
A little bit.
His,
Yeah.
like, gloves. Bat gloves.
There's so many pieces in here. It's all like interlock, you know, those kind of puzzles that you kind of like try to take apart or put it back together. Yeah, it really feels a little bit like that. Like, Jesus, what am I doing? So in terms of assembly, I would say people on that assembly line probably had a better time. I think people who were on this team designing this mouse were more like Dave's. The other one is more like me. And then Dave sneezes because I'm gossiping about him up here. Oh.
Are you going to put them back into the same mouse or to create something else?
Oh, that's a really good question. I don't know if I can create something else. That would be really cool though, right? Take apart two things.
Yeah. Mold it and more.
Almost there. I'm making progress.
It's morphing time.
Oh, shit. That's why. Oh no, I have a vendor calling me.
Hiding screw.
Yeah, hidden screw. So I destroyed this one. It's just great. Yeah, hidden screws. So evil.
It doesn't look destroyed.
I bent it past its elastic limit.
Yeah, definitely.
It's deformed. Okay, I'm gonna come back to this. I'm tired. My hands are tired. All right, moving on. Nobody saw that. Nobody saw that struggle. So what's really cool about these mouse, right? They actually have onboard processor. I see an ARM chip right here. So again, this has two PCBAs. One is for the side action, and really we just see like 3 LEDs here, 3 really tiny LEDs, and the same kind of switches as they use here. I mean, these are smaller, and also the click feel is not as tough, right? So they have like less like rebound force. And pull this out. That's the side. Kind of want to see. So these light up, but I think it's really just like backlit. They're not. We don't really see the kind of like transparent cold mode on these pieces. And ooh, interesting. So this one, there's a really big connector here, and that's for the cable itself. We're gonna pull it out and compare it, see if it's the same one. And the other PCBA didn't have any screws attaching it to the actual base, but this one does. Overall, this is quite a bit harder to take apart. Oh no, I might have to actually break something. I'm so sad to tell you guys this.
I'm excited.
You're in. Oh. I might be able to get this out. So over here, right, what they did is they pushed the small bars through 2 holes to keep this part inside. So I just have to pull this bar out. I'm using the wrong tool here. I did it. So this part should come off now. So same kind of thing. You can see that because of the slots, this is an encoder. And this wheel is very heavy. This is metal. This is cast and then plated. Nickel plate? I hope not. Chrome plate. And let's see if I can take this carriage off. If not, no worries.
This one doesn't have any like clicks to it, or this one like clicks when you move it.
Well, that entire wheel. So that one you say it doesn't click, right?
This one does.
This one does.
Like you can feel. No, I mean like roll it.
Oh, so you can feel like kind of like the individual
like
spaces.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and this one doesn't. You're right.
Yeah.
Very different. So this one, yeah, there's the same kind of thing. LED encoder. And then what's interesting here is I think this thing lights up in the middle. There's a light guide. Yeah. There's like quite a few different more, like there's some more switches here. Like this one is kind of like insertion switch kind of thing. Can I borrow that for a second?
No.
Yeah. This one goes in like this, right? So when you click it, there's a little flat dome switch here, right? So when you click this one, you press it on that.
Wait, lift it up again.
That yellow switch.
But I have that like still next to it. Yeah. But not on it. It's like where.
One?
Yeah. Like that.
A lot of mechanical parts, I'm sure. But you're only getting through one.
No, this is the second one.
Oh, it's the second one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You know I love me some. Whoa! Look at that tactile. Whoa.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds you of the Nintendo controller, right? That same optical wheel.
Yeah. Same with this one.
Because that's how they're doing it, right? They're just using like, is it a Hall effect or just an optical sensor?
Optical encoder.
Optical encoder to know the positioning. Because actually, they don't care about the positioning. They just want to know the distance.
Yeah, the movement.
The movement travel. Look at those bearings. This thing spins forever. Look, it just goes. That's nice. If I was on a skateboard right now, I'd be flying. Can you imagine the assembly on this thing, though? All these
It's a
small
lot of
springs?
assembly.
Jesus.
This one is much harder to assemble than
Hashtag made in China.
Who cares about labor, right?
This would never get made in the United States. Can I say that on film? Sorry, users.
So this thing has light guides like everywhere.
Really?
Yeah, I wish that we actually used it before we tore it apart.
To see where the light pipes
Yeah,
go?
like look, there's a light pipe here. There was like a. There's
Did you plug it in
light...
still, or did you rip it all apart?
No, I mean I can put it back together. I think. So. Yeah, this one has a lot beefier of a strain relief than the other
Need a
one.
beer? Actually, you probably don't want a beer. You want a beer? Okay.
Here's another
You want
light
a beer?
guide,
You okay?
and then here's the. Look at that strain relief. That's a lot bigger than the other one. Yeah. But then the connector on the ends.
I meant how.
It's the same. It's the same cable. It just has beefier strain relief.
Like so people can like visualize.
Why is one beefy? Why is one beefy?
Marketing. I don't know. Or this one's like really aggressively styled, right? So this could be a styling choice, or it's like an audience kind of thing. The kind of people who will buy this are more aggressive. It's more of a Dave mouse.
Christina, what's your guys' time on anything?
Well, are we on the same?
We're almost done. We're like maybe 5 minutes away.
5 or 10, so maybe we'll sync up in like 10 minutes or something?
Can you put this away in the other box, Megan? Thanks. And just this one. So this one is very interesting. If I compare this with the other board, the other laser module is not exactly the same, but it is similar. Like this part is a purchase component, right? But it's interesting that they actually mounted this on a separate PCBA, whereas on the other one, they just like flipped this thing, right? They cut a hole in here, soldered it in. So here, this one, they actually have 3 PCBAs. A bit more expensive. Do you remember which one was more expensive, Christine? I got the assembly on this one is much more ridiculous. And they've got 3 PCBs. Okay, so here we have a common part, right? This light guide is the same as the other one. But they actually have to use an extra ribbon cable, which is interesting. This one.
That one is more expensive. That one is $68.99.
Mhm.
The other one's only $42.99.
This one's $42.99?
No, that one's $68.99.
Yeah, okay, I guess it shows, right? This is a lot more complicated in terms of assembly. Yeah. This is another, like, yet another co-molded piece, right? Blue and black. Magnets, hella magnets. It's interesting, they use the same magnet here as they use in the packaging.
They spent a little bit less on packaging for this one.
Yeah, they did. So the packaging is not as nice as the other one, I will say. But I think that is also a bit more subjective, though. So there you go. The bottom is released. And then I go back to work on this thing. Here, 2 ribbon cables. A lot of really big components. I'm curious what these things are. H8, XT1. Not sure. I haven't really seen like kind of ribbon cable connectors that stand up on the board like this. They're not missing it, you know, they're not dying for space. Usually these things kind of like lie flat down. But maybe this is easier for assembly or something. Wow, look at that. Last pieces. I know I can do this.
What is this called? What's that called?
That one, so I've used that as kind of a positional sensor before, right? So you can kind of usually use these switches, kind of like, imagine if you're inserting an SD card here, right? And then you push this in and then it knows it's in.
Okay.
Yeah. So on here, I gotta say I wasn't quite sure what that is used for. If I put it back together, I can probably tell you. Come on, let's just do this. Oh.
Really good glasses.
That's a really cute picture.
You should.
Ah, more screws. That's why it's not coming off. I'm embarrassed. More screws. And then what's interesting is like for the first time I'm seeing some actual screw inserts, like thread inserts. So do they actually expect people to take this apart and then maybe clean the inside or something? Puzzling. Now this should come apart, I hope. Almost there. Bear with me. Look at all these things that fit together like puzzles. It's crazy.
It's so smooth. I love matte finishes.
And this is the only thing. Oh, this is a kind of common. This is a light guide, right? It's fascinating. So it's co-molded. It's got clear plastic in it and white plastic, and then they painted the outside silver. Yeah, it's really. That's a really intricate piece, just by itself.
The camera's not good enough.
No more screws, please. There's some heat stake in here to hold this in, so I don't think this is coming out. Rawr. How did they put this thing together? I don't even want to know. Ugh. All right, mission accomplished. That's it. We're done. So here's the kind of the bottom part of the shell. You can see this is a light guide, right? This goes over this tiny little LED here. Kind of like Ashley. I'm screwing this up. But the LED goes through here, and this thing kind of lights up. This part is heat staked in. Fairly hard to get out. I feel some movement, but I might be able to. There's one more screw. Screws hidden everywhere in this. I probably can't get this out without breaking it. Look at all these like button pieces though. It's really insane. Like these tiny little arms to kind of just give you enough flex. Like look how many button pieces came off. It's completely ridiculous.
It's like pulling a tooth. It's like trying to pull a tooth.
Oh, tiny little spring. Cute.
A loose tooth.
Yeah, that's all the buttons. Unbelievable.
Wow.
Yeah.
Might have just broken.
Which one? The new one? Oh, nice. Let's see. Good job, Megan. Thank you.
A piece definitely just flew off.
All right. I don't think I'm putting this back together, so I might as well just.
Yeah.
Do this.
It's in there really good.
No, it's heat staked in. Okay. The result of working here is I have excellent hand strength and not much else.
That should be like on your resume.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Capable of tearing apart a gaming mouse with my bare hands. I suppose it is a skill.
To be continued. Nice. Oh, nice.
It's a cool little piece.
You got it.
Yeah, this is so weird, man. Like, I don't even know how they made this pocket happen. Oh, one more piece is coming off. This thing's really freaking complicated. I've had enough of you, Mouse.
We're breaking up.
We're breaking up and we're never ever getting back together. What? Are you a Swiftie? You are?
Is that what they call them?
Or is it they call them the squad now?
I'm not really a Swiftie. I'm a Taylor Swift fan. But
yeah,
that's
what
whoever really likes Taylor Swift.
I like Taylor Swift.
Oh, look at that.
I liked her when she came out with her pop stuff.
I like the country stuff a lot. I gotta say, yeah. So 2-piece molded. There's the clear plastic here. It's kind of lets the light through. And the rest, I think, straight up ABS. Man, this thing is pissing me off. And that's it. Now we finally got to the bottom of this. Oh, wow. So I should have taken that off first. This thing is it's on with a screw, and then we just like forcibly tore it off. I thought it was a heat stake. It was not. It was a screw. Oops. Can we glue this back together? And there we go, gaming mouse. So, conclusion, the other one was a lot more assembly friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But does that mean that this one had a lot more functionality? Probably because it has so many little components.
I don't think it has more functionality, actually. I think the other one has more functionality.
Really?
It has like more buttons, right? You have like so many buttons on the side, 12 buttons on the side that you can program.
This one has weights.
Yeah, this one has weights. I'm not a gamer, so I can't tell you how much the weights would add in terms of like making it feel better in my hands, but it's cool. I mean, one mouse comes with a little magnetic door on the back, right? To this one does. Yeah, that's right. This one does. Yeah, magnetic door, and then I mean, it certainly has a share of buttons. 1, 2. Right, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But 9 buttons versus 17, you can't really fight that. Yeah. I mean, if I have to really guess, I will guess maybe the laser on this one is a little bit better, just because the module is bigger. I'm being kind of a size queen here. Other than that, I mean, this one has a lot more light guides, I guess. And then they have more of these kind of higher quality tag switches. So I would say, yeah, you know, is it worth more money? Yes, it's worth more money. Would I choose the other one over this one? Maybe for me, because, you know, I like kind of the more simple styling.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I appreciate how much work went into this one.
All right.
Cool. Yeah.
Stay tuned for the conclusion.
Stay tuned for the conclusion.
Okay, should I do it?